Once upon a time, in the digital age in the Wild West of the World Wide Web, there emerged a platform that would change the way people bought and sold things forever. It all began in 1995, when a young computer programmer named Pierre Omidyar had an idea that would revolutionize the e-commerce landscape. With a passion for coding and a vision for online trade, he embarked on a journey to create what would soon become known as eBay. eBay's inception was as humble as it gets, mirroring the story of many startup successes. Pierre, just 28 years old at the time, decided to take a leap of faith, leaving his job to explore the untapped potential of the emerging internet. His initial foray into e-commerce was far from the global powerhouse we know today, but it laid the foundation for something extraordinary. The concept was simple yet revolutionary, an online marketplace where individuals could buy and sell goods not from big corporations, but directly to each other. Pierre's brainchild, Auction Web, was an experiment. It started as a side project, a virtual garage sale where anyone could list their items for sale and let the world bid on them. Pierre even offered up his broken laser pointer as the first item for sale. To his surprise, it fetched $14.83, proving the viability of this new model. As time passed, Auction Web grew, evolving into the eBay we know. The key ingredient in eBay's success was the idea of network effects. In simple terms, the more people used the platform, the more valuable it became. More buyers attracted more sellers, and more sellers brought in more buyers. eBay quickly became the place to go for those hard-to-find collectibles or quirky items you couldn't find anywhere else. Beanie Babies, Pez dispensers, and even celebrity memorabilia found their home on eBay. In 1997, Auction Web rebranded to eBay. Pierre initially wanted to call it EchoBay, but the domain was already taken. Hence, the shorter and catchier eBay.com was born. Revenue soared, with eBay making over $5 million in its third year. By 1998, eBay went public, and the share price skyrocketed. This was the beginning of a journey that would take eBay to astonishing heights. The success was driven by eBay's simplicity and the power of the internet to connect people across the globe. People from all walks of life could now type an item into the search bar and have it shipped to their door, irrespective of their niche interests. eBay leveraged its position by allowing anyone to become a seller. Collectibles thrived, and unique items found their way to eager buyers. In 2002, eBay acquired PayPal, simplifying the payment process and introducing a double revenue stream for the company. eBay's growth seemed unstoppable. They acquired more than 50 companies, including Skype in 2005 and StubHub in 2007. eBay's journey was marked by rapid expansion and diversification. However, success can be a double-edged sword. While eBay was once a leader in the e-commerce world, several factors contributed to its eventual decline. Now we'll delve into the reasons that marked the beginning of eBay's fall from grace and how it lost ground to its competitors. The 2000s saw eBay rise to new heights with its stock price surging, propelled by its strategic acquisitions and an ever-growing user base. However, with the ascent came the inevitable descent, and eBay had to confront new challenges that shook its dominance in the e-commerce arena. One of the critical issues eBay faced was the shift from online auctions to traditional e-commerce. The company initially made its mark as the premier online marketplace for auctions, where buyers engaged in fierce bidding wars. People scoured eBay for rare collectibles, vintage goods, and hard-to-find items. Yet, as consumer preferences evolved, the excitement of bidding waned. This shift was driven in part by the rise of Amazon, which offered a different e-commerce experience. Amazon presented a vast selection of new products, streamlined shopping, and a fixed-price model. eBay, on the other hand, clung to its auction-style roots. This refusal to adapt its primary business model to changing customer tastes contributed to its fall. Innovation played a pivotal role in shaping the e-commerce landscape, and eBay failed to keep pace with its rivals. Amazon's introduction of services like Amazon Prime, offering fast shipping and a wealth of digital content, propelled it ahead of the competition. Etsy attracted creative communities of sellers and shoppers, catering to the handmade and vintage markets. Meanwhile, eBay remained stagnant, missing the opportunity to establish new niches within the e-commerce realm. Furthermore, eBay's website design and user interface started to show their age. In the era of sleek, user-friendly online shopping platforms, eBay's cluttered and occasionally buggy website became a drawback. Customers yearned for seamless navigation, trustworthiness, and a visually pleasing shopping experience. eBay's interface simply didn't measure up. While eBay hesitated to embrace change, many other e-commerce sites pushed forward with innovation. Amazon continuously expanded its services, offering Prime memberships with fast shipping, digital content, and cloud storage. Meanwhile, Etsy catered to the handmade and vintage market, attracting a creative community of sellers. These new players created their niches within the e-commerce landscape. In addition to innovation, customer support played a pivotal role in eBay's fall from grace. E-commerce platforms flourished when they provided top-notch customer service. Shoppers flocked to brands that prioritize their needs, offering hassle-free returns, swift problem resolution, and prompt assistance. However, eBay had a reputation for subpar customer support. Users encountered automated responses, a lack of human interaction, and frustrating experiences when attempting to return products. Amid the global pandemic, when online shopping surged, eBay failed to rise to the occasion with exceptional customer service improvements. In contrast, other e-commerce giants further solidified their reputations by making customer satisfaction a priority. Another issue that strained eBay's relationship with sellers was its lack of transparency and rigid terms and conditions. Sellers faced uncertain and ever-changing rules, with little room for negotiation. The abrupt banning of sellers and their inability to appeal these decisions made eBay appear biased against its seller community. While sellers are vital to any e-commerce platform, eBay failed to create an environment where both buyers and sellers felt valued and protected. In the ever-competitive e-commerce landscape, such disregard for the seller's perspective drove many reputable sellers away from eBay. Finally, talent retention proved challenging for eBay. A corporation's success heavily relies on the talent it retains. Unfortunately, eBay struggled to keep its most innovative and driven employees, leading to a loss of valuable expertise. Many eBay alumni ventured into the entrepreneurial world, further boosting the competition eBay had to contend with. The loss of innovative and talented employees to other companies and entrepreneurship further weakened eBay's ability to innovate and adapt to the evolving e-commerce landscape. As it struggled to maintain a balance between its buyer and seller communities, eBay couldn't retain the talent necessary for the platform's growth. In a world where e-commerce businesses rely on both buyers and sellers, losing the trust of one of these vital groups can be catastrophic. eBay's focus on buyer protection came at the cost of alienating sellers, who are just as critical to the platform's success. The online marketplace seemed to have forgotten that its very existence hinged on the balance between these two groups. The sun was setting on eBay's golden era as the competition in the e-commerce realm intensified. But how did the once dominant e-commerce platform cope with its inevitable fall from grace? As eBay's stock price peaked in late 2004, reaching $59.21 per share, there were hints of an impending shift in the e-commerce landscape. The dot-com bubble's burst had left many internet-based companies in turmoil, but eBay managed to stand tall. However, the surge in eBay's stock price was soon followed by a sharp decline as the allure of online auctions began to fade. By 2009, its share price had plummeted to below $10 per share. While many internet companies experienced meteoric rises and subsequent falls, eBay's story was different. It wasn't a single rise and fall, it was a cycle of rises and falls, each phase marked by distinctive reasons and consequences. One of the major factors that contributed to eBay's decline was its reluctance to shift from online auctions to traditional e-commerce. eBay stubbornly adhered to its auction-style marketplace when consumer preferences swayed toward fixed-price models. As more e-commerce players embraced this change, eBay struggled to adapt. This refusal to pivot its core business model led to a decline in user engagement and the loss of both buyers and sellers. Another critical issue was eBay's user interface and website design. While the world was embracing user-friendly and visually appealing websites, eBay's interface lagged behind. Its website was marred by bugs, making the overall shopping experience less enjoyable. With the rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon and Etsy, eBay's outdated design became a glaring drawback. The once thriving marketplace lost its competitive edge and the momentum that had once set it apart. It was no longer the go-to destination for online shoppers. Instead, alternative platforms such as Amazon, Etsy, and numerous other retailers garnered more attention. In the end, the decline of eBay was not a sudden fall from grace, but a gradual erosion of its once dominant position. Its failure to adapt to changing consumer preferences, outdated website design, lack of innovation, subpar customer support, and the inability to retain top talent all contributed to its decline. If you enjoyed this informative video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell icon to stay updated.